One of my favorite things about YouTube is at any moment you could find some weird yet amazing type of video you never knew existed, and then the next moment you're down this rabbit hole of related videos, and before long you're a fan of some hilarious subgenre of YouTube. Well, I have quite a few go-to video types on YouTube that I'll always click on, but one of my favorite is something I think a lot of us have actually seen, and that's professional athletes crushing regular people. We're just so used to seeing these peak performance stars going against, other peak performance athletes. There's something really satisfying about seeing a direct comparison between someone like Usain Bolt and a pack of everyday Joes. So the interesting thing about Rocket League that I've discovered is it's also really fun to see pros compared to somewhat average players, just like in physical sports. But the thing is, seeing them play against each other has actually been done quite a bit. So today we're going to be taking a new approach to seeing the stark difference between 3 levels of players, ranging from a regular Champ 2 up to a top 5 pro player. And 3 types of comparisons in an aerial obstacle course, a dribbling obstacle course, and of course gameplay. So, hold on to your butts, because it's time to see why pros are pros and why Champ 2s like me really suck, and just how big that skill gap really is. Before we get started, let me give you a little bit of background. So another one of my favorite shows you can now find on YouTube is Sports Science. Fun fact, actually some of my work is directly inspired by the format of that show. Hell, even this video is inspired by Sports Science. One of the coolest things they do on that show is set up obstacle courses and these sweet analytic devices to measure random facts, like how fast Kyrie can accelerate to the rim. Well, in Rocket League, we don't have those physical measurement devices like that, but we do have some pretty sweet obstacle courses. So for this video, if we want to see how a pro stacks up against a non-pro GC or just a regular Champ 2, we can run them through the same tests, as well as check out their gameplay and analyze the results. So let's meet the participants for our little test today. First is the regular Joe Schmo Champ 2. We have me, YouTuber, Rocket League tryhard, likes to do Rocket League experiments for fun. You know me. For our GC, we have Verge, ex-coach of Allegiance for RLCS Season 6, streamer, and current Rocket League coach on Gamers Ready. And for our pro, we have Lethamir, one of the best mechanical players in the world, with appearances in every RLCS since Season 2, and currently sitting in the top 5 in the doubles and standard leaderboards. The distribution for our participants is actually really nicely spaced out. We have me with an MMR of 1300 to 1400, Verge with an MMR of 1600 to 1700, and Lethamir with an MMR of 2000 to 2100. For our challenges today, we're going to be doing 3 different rounds. Round 1 will be testing aerial ability, car control, and boost management in this aerial workshop map called Speed Jump Boost. For round 2, we'll see how our participants handle things on the ground with the Dribble Challenge 2 workshop map, testing for things like ball control, dribbling, flicks, stuff like that. And then for round 3, we'll see what we can observe in general gameplay with speed of play, game sense, positioning, passing, and shooting. So let's see what the skill gap looks like between these 3 players in round 1. Let's go. So this workshop map has an easy, medium, and hard, and for this, we're just going to do the medium one. It'll be a good short obstacle course that we can compare with. So first we see me going through the aerial map, and one thing to note here is I've actually done this quite a few times. For Verge and Lethamir, it was the first time they had done it, so just keep that in mind as you compare our runs. So the first thing you'll notice when you compare the aerial ability between me and especially Lethamir, it's really easy to see the precise control that Lethamir has that I just don't quite have. I'm definitely able to navigate through the course, it just takes me a few more adjustments before I finally get where exactly I want to go. With a pro like Lethamir, it's a very quick, small adjustment, it's efficient, and he's able to move through really fast. How fast? Well, here we are at about level 3, and I'm at about 54 seconds. Verge is about the same, again, because this is his first time going through here. And Lethamir's here in just 29 seconds. So he's already getting this huge lead on me in just the first 3 levels. If we watch some more, again, pay attention to the car control. Even though Verge and I are about the same speed right now, it looks like Verge actually got a little bored and was trying to challenge himself because he's doing a lot more advanced car mechanics with all those spins. You can tell I'm just trying to make it through the level as fast as I can. So even though we're moving through the course at around the same speed, it's still interesting how easily you can tell he's the GC with that car control and I'm the Champ 2. Just 1 minute in, Lethamir's already at level 6. It took me about 2 minutes to get to level 6, and the same for Verge. Again, see all the pirouette twists that Verge is doing? He's really using this as practice because all those spins are going to help him in a game because he's learning to control his car perfectly from every angle. Also notice the boost management. A couple of these levels it took me several tries because I didn't quite manage my boost as well going around certain turns. Lethamyr is just flying through this because he knows exactly how much boost he needs. He knows he doesn't need much. He can feather it perfectly. He's flying through the course because this aerial workshop map rewards being able to use your boost properly and efficiently. So here we are at the end. I got through this in about 3 minutes 50 seconds. Verge ended up taking a while because again he had never done this before. I knew exactly how to do the end levels. Took him a little bit to figure it out, but you could still see he has better car control. And Lethamyr, it only took 3 minutes. I actually had a really good run at the end there, but still, Leth was able to finish 50 seconds before me. Next, it was time for obstacle course number 2, the Dribble Challenge from the Steam Workshop. So the craziest thing about what Lethamyr is doing is there's an option on this course to do the impossible mode. Every time you mess up and the ball hits the ground, you actually go back a level. Normally, when you mess up, it just sends you to the beginning of the level. So Verge and I are doing that version while Lethamyr is doing the impossible version, which will make the results even more interesting, you'll see. So again, with the ball control, it's very similar to the aerial car control from the previous level. If you watch me doing this course, I'm able to keep the ball under control and, navigate through the course. But when you watch Lethamyr, you realize just how much control is actually possible. When I'm going through the course, you can see all these tiny little adjustments I'm trying to make to constantly stay in control, while Lethamyr is making smooth, efficient, straight movements. And similarly to the last course, I'm at around the same speed as Verge right now, but you can tell Verge has better control. Also notice the flicks that Verge is doing. I'm doing very basic rudimentary flicks when I get to the end of each level, while Verge is adding some flair. It took Lethamyr about 30 seconds to beat level 5, took me about 42 and Verge 44 seconds. As we move through this course, we basically see Lethamyr is not dropping the ball at all, while Verge and I are having some more troubles. Verge actually manages to catch up with me here. As we get to level 10, Verge is at 2 minutes 2 seconds, I'm at 2 minutes 10 seconds, and Lethamyr is at 1 minute 28. Further down to level 20, and Lethamyr's at 5:55, I'm at 6:44, and Verge is now struggling a little bit in these more advanced levels, now at 11 minutes. If you know me, you know this is my favorite workshop map, and I've done this course countless times. So it's actually interesting, Verge doing it for his first time is still only about 4 minutes behind me, because I clearly remember my first time doing this, it took me well over half an hour to even get this far. Also, I didn't tell Verge to download the texture pack, which is why his version looks a little different, you may have noticed. And now we come to the final level, which is quite a monster. Interestingly enough, I reached this final level at 16 minutes, but I ended up finishing the whole thing in 32 minutes, which means it took me 16 minutes to get through 29 levels, and then that exact same duration, 16 more minutes just to finish the last one, because I kept messing up. And then the thing about the Dribble Challenge is your brain kind of turns to mush after a while if you just keep doing it. So that pretty much happened to me, but I finally finished at 32 minutes. Lethamyr got to the last level in 12 minutes, and it took him 34 seconds to beat the final level, so he came in at 12:34. Verge, good on him. His first time going through, he made it to the last level in 45 minutes, and he completed the whole thing in 1 hour. For reference, another pro I know who did this for the first time, Sizz, it took him about half an hour his first time through, so there's that for comparison. But good news for Verge, we're done with the obstacles, and it's time to move into the gameplay. So obstacle courses are one thing, and actually applying those skills in a game is another thing, which is why I've included this as the ultimate test when we're comparing pros, GCs, and Champ 2s. So I think the most obvious thing we'll see right away is the speed of play. Obviously in Rocket League, the cars are the exact same speed, so when people are talking about an increase in speed of play, what they really mean is someone like Lethamyr is making quick decisions to be in the right spot at the right time. And when you're in the right place at the right time all the time, makes it feel like you're playing faster because you're always there to make a play. And when we compare the speed of play of Lethamyr to me, we can see how slow and cumbersome my car looks compared to his. In those obstacle courses, we could see how much more car control and ball control he has, and it's cool seeing him put that to use in the game. One thing we didn't really see in the obstacle courses that we can see here is his accurate shooting, how he positions himself with his teammate to get open and create plays off the ball, and of course, his bump plays. In this entire game, I go for maybe one bump, but we see Lethamyr go for several bumps, and really he's always looking to create an opportunity to distract and harass his opponents and create chances for him and his teammate. And in Verge's game, we see him doing the same type of thing as Lethamyr, and we can see how compared to my game, his movement on the field is better. One thing we didn't see in the obstacle courses was recoveries. His half flips are better than mine. We could see me stalling out a couple times like that. You would not see that in GC. In fact, if we're being honest, we probably shouldn't see that in Champ 2 either, but yeah, it's me. But there's not much more to say. I think it's pretty clear of how wide these skill gaps are when we finally see them in action. I think a lot of the player base doesn't understand how big of a gap there is, represented especially by MMR, between someone like me, someone like Verge, and, well, someone like Lethemir. So, hopefully you enjoyed this illustration. I hope it was clear, informative, and interesting. Let me know what you think of these comparisons in the comments below. And of course, if you like the video and want to support me, the best thing you can do is make sure you're subscribed. And that's about all I need from you. Later, guys.